Ay, negro, ven.
Oye, flaca, ven aquí.
Ay, güey, ¿por qué no hablas español? Those are just some phrases that I kind of hate hearing. For shortness of this video, I'm Hispanic and black, whatever. Afro-Latino. Fucking hate that fucking word. Anyway, bro, some things I just kind of hate is some things about Spanish culture that don't favor me as a person. Oh, and I'm gonna get shit on for some shit, but this is my personal experiences. I don't give a shit what you gotta say most of the time, because I get too many Mexicans who I talk to about this be like, oh, it's not supposed to be offensive, it's just the culture. Oh, anyway, it's the culture. But how I see it is,
then the culture is destructive.
for instance, I know me and some other people growing up got called the old nickname Flaco or Flaca, whatever, you know, which basically means like skinny or whatever. And when I was going through my period of in like 8th grade of like under eating and starving myself, that's kind of not the thing you want to hear. And this goes for a lot of people. Some people are really insecure about their weight or about stuff like that, but it's just, oh, let's just make it their nickname. It's like, we don't know what they're going through, we're just gonna call them like based on appearance and all that. The worst part is when it's not someone you know, it's like someone who barely even knows you and they just want to assign you a nickname rather than actually knowing your name. So for instance, I would be negro, which is just black, which it's not the same as nigger, but context wise doesn't make it any better. Because instead of taking the time to learn my name when I've tried to learn people's names if I'm going to refer to them, they decided to assign me a name based on the color of my skin. And the funny part is, it's not even like the color of my skin, it's the fact that you can kind of tell that I'm mixed, and therefore they just assign me, hey, black. Which is funny because it reminds me of Vegeta in Dragon Ball when he calls Piccolo Namek.
Namek, I demand to know what happened here.
Now, this doesn't apply to descriptors. I understand that descriptors are very blatant and are very plain, and it's not like, oh, we don't have like African American. No, it's just, oh, it's that black guy or whatever. I don't see an issue with those because in those instances it's descriptors and they wouldn't necessarily be wrong. However, getting someone's name wrong and referring to someone as something based on very shallow details and very shallow ideas of people, it's kind of messed up. And for me, this is especially bad when I know that most people who call me negro are racist. It's not like, oh, it's just, hey, black, and he's not racist. There's obviously racism in every culture, but I'm just using my experiences, so I'm not going to talk about every other culture. Maybe for another video though. And then if you heard me earlier, I said, oh, fucking, ¿por qué no hablas español? Or whatever. You know, people trying to say like, oh, you should know Spanish, you're Hispanic, you're Mexican, or why don't you know Spanish? Oh, it's always good to pick up a second language. They always say that shit, bro. But when I want to learn another language that isn't Spanish, oh no, they're gonna lose their shit. And this isn't just a solo experience. This is an experience that I've talked to other friends that are kind of like me, who are maybe mixed Mexican and black, Hispanic and black, mostly black people, etc. Obviously, some little video isn't going to change the culture, but this is just some shit that kind of upsets me that I talk about a lot, and I just want to put in a video form. And yes, every culture has its own biases, but I like to focus on one at a time when we're talking. That doesn't discard every other culture and every other bias. Like, fair-skinned people seem to be very universal. Oh man, even like the worst part is just like, oh yeah, Mexicans who are racist and they say the N-word. I don't mean like hard R, I just mean like nigga. And it's just like, bro, if you're not even going to respect the people it came from or it was used against, how are you gonna say it yourself? We went in the fields too. Yeah, but you got your own slur, so why don't you use that? And again, this is not a thing that is just in Mexican culture or Spanish culture. I say Mexican because that's what I am. This is obviously in white culture too. White culture. You'll catch some Asian people saying it. Moral of the story, just learn my name. Don't be openly racist. If you're gonna be racist, you can hide it. Please stop using, oh, it's the culture, you're so sensitive, as like a deterrent or like a excuse. Because if I were to be like, hey, illegal, I don't think you would like that either. Because if I call you illegal, even if I'm right, it's not right to do so. I should call you by your name. So please don't call me black as my name in another language. Yeah, just another rant, but yeah. Have a great day. Adios.
She say I'm a stoner. She say she gon' come through where you be here when it's over. Nothing leaves from closure.